Government borrowing hit a record high last month as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. It borrowed more than £55 billion in May, 9 times the figure for the same period last year. And it means government debt is now larger than the economy's annual income. Our business correspondent Darshini David reports.
A favourite of influencers and celebrities. Yet this retailer started up just a few years ago. It's used to rapid change. But it faces new challenges and, like many, has needed government help to tide it over the last few months.
Everyone from the store, unfortunately, was furloughed, but it's just what has to happen. I think the whole retail market is very uncertain at the minute, but we feel very supportive by the government at the minute and the guidelines they're bringing out. So we're just very hopeful for the future that things will eventually get back to normal.
For high streets everywhere, government support schemes have been a lifeline. So the Treasury thinks that was worth running up a record overdraft for, which it can borrow cheaply to fund. But this retail landlord thinks more help is needed.
I think it'd be hugely helpful if the business rates relief could be extended, and not just for the tinier shops as prior to this, but in real terms. And then also VAT relief, I think, on transactions in physical shops.
So how do you keep the recovery going? Well, there is one thing that might help bring down prices, boost sales, protect jobs and profits, and that's a cut in VAT, currently 20%. But for every 1 percentage point you take off VAT, it could cost the government £7 billion. It'll be a tough choice when it's already facing a shortfall, a deficit of around £300 billion. But giving shoppers, retailers and the wider economy a boost may pay off, for now.
Spending now that helps the economy recover is worth doing, but in 3 or 4 years' time, I fear that actually the economy might still be impaired, the deficit might still be pushed up from what we previously thought, and that's when the second part of the plan. Do we need to start thinking about, for example, tax rises? And we'll also have to start thinking about how we'll manage this elevated debt, probably for decades to come.
I'm going to have to buy my lunch, so that's the plan.
The Chancellor knows his plan will have to extend beyond lunch to keep retail and the rest of the economy thriving. But just like many businesses and households, his government will be exiting this crisis with far more debt than before, and it will have to figure out how to pay it back. Economic survival has come with a considerable price tag. Darshini David, BBC News.